Hello, class. My name is Nick Fuller, and kind of sorry in advance. I've been sick the past couple days, and I'm just kind of getting over it. So if I sound a little funny, that's kind of the reason why. But here to start off with, I'm doing the article, "The Sensory Marketing Could It Be Worth 100 Million to Brands?" And it really goes in and talks about just kind of that three-dimensional marketing that's become really popular amongst brands, and just how much effect that using all the senses that we have in our bodies and that we use, and how much effect that using all those within the market that companies can market through can really add that value to that brand and really help them market and gain that value to be able to um, really have success and be able to market their products well without just doing it always through TV ads or printed out media, where they can really get the customers involved and create an experience for them. Early in the article, a guy by the name of Nick Keene, who is a Diageo global brand director for single malt whiskeys, kind of puts this sensory marketing in perspective. That when companies do this, it's about your brands in terms of pictures, not only words, and it is really powerful. So why wouldn't you use all the senses? And then he goes on to say three-dimensional marketing is more about the holistic view of what your brand stands for and is about. And then it kind of goes into a brand that's very popular. Here is Dove soap, and it kind of talks about with Dove soap that Miller Brown um, research consultancy estimates that the smell of product contribute for their company $63 million of its annual sale, while the touch accounts for about 34 million, and sight is about 14 million. And the smell has been found to make users feel relaxed, valued, and calm. And you can kind of see with their product that they really rely on all those senses for the customer. When the customer goes to the store, it has that touch, that smell, and that sight that they want to see, that they want in their soap. So it's something that the customer can see physically there that they want, and then that's something that they want, and then they become brand loyal, and it really accounts for all those senses that they want in a product. Miller Brown then goes into talking about how a company maintains a brand formulation, and there how it engages all those senses for the brand. And then it kind of talks about a situation that, imagine Dove company kind of wants to change their formulation to a cheaper recipe that would save about $5 million a year, and that would kind of negatively affect the brand experience that consumers already have. And then it goes on in this guy's book, Nigel Hollis. He talks about that having seen those brands and that the result that it has, and that little negative effect that a company could change that would save them $5 million could ultimately end up affecting them over $100 million over the course of time, which kind of relates back to the topic, that just a small little change and changing maybe that touch or the smell of it that just doesn't appeal to what they are originally used to can really affect the overall revenue and who buys it, because there's so many other products out there that they could change to or use that would maybe suit them better if they would change the product. The article then kind of translates back to Keed, and he talks about that we spend a lot of time using words that are day-to-day way of communication as marketers, that we see growth in the brand world, so moving into visualizing brands, and this is the next step of that journey from two-dimensional to three-dimensional marketing. So he's really talking about that this is kind of that next step that marketers are looking to move towards, and really making their brand as effective and as marketable as possible. And then it kind of talks about how Diego's Dublin tourist attraction is the new Guinness storehouse that has attracted more than 12 million visitors since opening in 2000. And it's kind of a perfect kind of marketing tool. It lets customers come in, kind of learn how to pour a perfect pint of beer. It kind of gives them all the tour taste test, shows them how they cook the beers, or how they brew them, I mean. And then it kind of goes in and talks about that this is big for them, that being able to have those customers and being able to visualize and smell and be able to taste all in kind of one area and get that full effect. It kind of gives that customer an image about the beer that they want. They want to be a high quality beer and a very popular beer while also having a good price, and that's kind of what they're going towards. Is they bring people in, they kind of get that all those senses surrounding them to be able to really affect their image on the beer and really get them to understand that this is a very quality beer that they brew here, and that it really is something that they believe in, and that'll help market that. So this kind of store, in a way, not really store, but kind of show house in a way, really helps them market to everybody. Maybe not always beer drinkers, but they come in, kind of see how it happens, get to taste test, get all those senses kind of working, and it kind of builds up to that kind of image that they want as a company. And then going off the Guinness showroom, an experiment by Oxford University kind of talked about how that they did a test that shows that the environment that whiskey is consumed in changes people's perception and enjoyment of its flavor by up to 20%. So the Oxford kind of did a study that they put some people in a fruity room with a red color scheme and fruits found Scotch whiskey, the Singleton. They found that people found it up to be 13% sweeter being in a room that's kind of fruity, and that they kind of had that sense around them that it was a kind of going to be a fruity drink. And then they also took people and put a room where there was kind of crackling logs, kind of an old school type place, wood, a lot of wood and stuff, and that people enjoyed whiskey up to 15% more than any other room. So just kind of they want to show that the environment with all those senses around you, kind of the sight of where you're at, kind of the smell of how it is, kind of can change the perception of what you're drinking or eating, or at kind of any products you have. That all those senses around you can change that perception that you have on a product, which ultimately, from these companies' marketing reasons, helps them kind of grasp you and get you caught up kind of in that image they want or that feel they want with their product. The article kind of keeps staying in that direction, and that kind of translates to food, how companies are trying to change the logarithms with food to kind of maybe make foods healthier, use better products, but keep those same senses, taste, and smell with their product. And then it kind of talks about how the big luxury sector and retailers are good examples of this sensory marketing. And I kind of thought of a place like IKEA, where they set up, they set up areas about what these products say, like you put a couch, tables together, and kind of put those things together and make it feel like a home. So when they're walking through the store, they can physically see, kind of smell, and obviously touch the products and see kind of what it would be like in their home, rather than just going through a store and just seeing it sitting there by itself with a million other couches. They could kind of see it put together and see what they would like in their furniture. Like, so I think IKEA is a big one that I kind of realized that is really good at the sensory marketing idea. So all in all, like it states that these companies are using this 3D marketing or sensory marketing to really help affect their brand, and like the article states, that it really affects them to up to $100 million. That these experience that they're giving these customers really brings in their loyalty. So yeah, that's about it for the article. Thank you.